Good morning, friends. Size of MAC address is 45 bits or 6 bytes. Spanning tree protocol uses on our switches to solve loops, just like a send a BPDU bridge protocol data unit. Shortest path to the root bridge is called root post. First bridge, first electrical bridge and spanning tree process root bridge. Collision domain is bounded by switches. The broadcast domain is bounded by routers, OSI layer, physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, application layer, OSI layer, physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, application layer. VLAN operate in layer 2 of the OSI switch model. OSI model VTP VLAN trunking protocol. STM4 data rate 622.08 Mbps. E2 lower rate PDH signal is not supported in SDH multiplexing. That means E2 lower rate PDH signal is not supported in SDH multiplexing. TCP three-way handshake for reliable connection between two devices over a TCP IP network. There are three steps: SI1, SYN synchronize, SYN ACK synchronize acknowledge, ACK acknowledgement. TCP three-way handshake is a fundamental process used in transmission control protocol to establish a reliable connection between a client and a screen and a series before data transmission begins. Once again, I will repeat. TCP three-way handshake is a fundamental process used in transmission control protocol to establish a reliable connection between a client and a series before game transmission of begins. In video surveillance system, the recording shall be stand for 30 days at 25 fps full HD resolution of full HD cameras. MPLS header is composed of 32 number of bits. A default subnet mask for Class C network is 255.255.255.0. Class B network supports 1630, 16,384 networks, 65,536 hosts. Class A public IP range 1.0.0.0 to 127.0.0.0. Class A allows for 126 networks by using first octet for the network ID. The first bit in the octet is always 0. The remaining 7 bits in the octet complete the network ID. The 24 bits in remaining 3 octets represents the host ID and allows for approximately 17 million hosts per network. Class A network begins at 1 and end at 127. Public IP range 1.0.0.0 to 127.0.0.0. First octet value range from 1 to 127. Private IP range 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255. Subnet mask 255.0.0.0. 8 bits. Number of networks 126. Number of hosts per network 616 Bridge ID equal to MAC address plus priority. 48-volt charger 12 hours backup. IP-MPLS not true. The statement which is not true for IP-MPLS is it cannot encapsulate the protocol of individual ST-RAM which are diverse into the packets with its own protocol. VHF frequency range 146.2 MHz to 167.95 MHz. WPC means Wireless Planning Commission. STM1 bitrate means 155.52 Mbps. Frame characteristics of STM length equal to 270 columns into 9 rows, that is equal to 2430 bytes. Byte 1 byte equal to 8 bits. Duration frame representation time equal to 125 microseconds. So 8000 frames per second. So rate frame capacity equal to 2430 into 8 into 8000, that gives you 155.32 megabits per second. So 155.52 megabits per second. అలా కాకుండా పేలోడ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 2349 bytes into 8 bits into 8000 frames per second, that equal to 150.336 megabits per second. Bit rate of STM4 equal to 622.080 Mbps. Spare conductors and quad cable should be equal to 25%. For telecom cable, end-to-end loss is 0.40 dB per kilometer at 1310 nanometer. Total number of walkie-talkies set 5 watts VHF with 100% spare batteries equal to 30 numbers. The core network of LTE equal to evolved packet systems. Immediately after an accident to a train, the duties of once again, I'm repeating. Immediately after an accident to a train, the duties of God is to arrange to protect his train as per rules. Automatic fire suppression system, along with automatic detection and alarm systems, may be provided at all stations with more than 400 routes. Tests to be performed during FAT. Control table. FAT means factory acceptance test. Routing protocols. Routing protocols are routing information protocols. RIP is a distance vector routing protocol. That means in small networks that manages routing protocol information. That manages routing information in small networks such as corporate LANs or private WANs. RIP user to distance vector algorithm. RIP user distance vector algorithm to determine the best route to a destination by counting the number of hops. RIP limits routes to a maximum of 15 hops to present routing loops. That means RIP will not work beyond 15 hops. Keep it in mind.